It's 10 p.m. and you're either grading papers or finishing charting notes, thinking about retirements in 10 years. Your 403b statement shows a balance that promises European adventures and potentially helping your kids with a new down payment for their homes. What it doesn't show is the $300,000 in fees that disappeared while you were busy taking care of everyone else. Most teachers and healthcare workers realize after 20 years of contributions, when it's too late to recover what they've lost, that $300,000 is the difference between retiring comfortably at age 65 or working until 70. Hi everyone, I'm Nok, and I'm passionate about helping people understand how their money behaves based on where they choose to park it. Now, I didn't grow up understanding finance. My immigrant family's strategy was simple: work hard, save more, and repeat. No investment, no fancy retirement accounts. Just, toss your money in a savings account, earning half a percentage while inflation ate away our purchasing power. After watching my family's hard-earned money lose value year after year, that drove me to want to study finance. I just want to understand more about money. And after talking to everyone and their moms about money, I discovered something that shocked me. Most people, including smart educators and healthcare workers, don't really understand how their money works or what their retirement accounts actually do. Well, I'm here to change that. Let's just dive right in. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how your 403b really works, the origin story, who really benefited from its creation, investment realities, fee structure, and why understanding this history could save you lots of time and money. Let's start with the nonprofit crisis that created your plan. It's 1958 and America's school and hospital have a crisis. They're losing their best people: teachers, nurses, nonprofit workers, millions with steady job but zero retirement benefits because their tax-exempt employers can't offer traditional pensions like corporations can. Now, financial companies seize an opportunity. Millions of potential customers with steady jobs and no retirement options, a completely untapped market worth billions in potential assets. So they approached Congress with a carefully crafted proposal. They pitched, hey, let's create a special tax deferred plan just for tax-exempt employees. We'll handle everything: administration, investment, marketing. Employers, they'll get convenience, employees will get tax benefits, and hey, Congress, the government will get tax revenue later. So they got a deal, and Congress created Section 403b, originally called Tax Sheltered Annuities. Now, Section 403b created a system where your retirement plan was designed around what worked for employers and financial companies, not necessarily what optimized your investment outcome. Employers loved it. No benefits department needed. Financial companies loved it. Direct access to millions of employees. Everyone was happy with the arrangement. But what did this mean for you? Well, it meant that you have limited investment choices, higher fees, and less oversight than corporate plan. Your investment menu wasn't chosen by benefits experts analyzing what's best for employees. Now, your 403b typically offer two types of investments: mutual funds, which charge anywhere from 0.5% to 1.5% annually, similar to what everyone else gets. And there's the variable annuities, charging anywhere from 2.5% to 3.5% or more annually. Unlike corporate 401k plans, which operate under strict ERISA oversight, 403b plans historically operated under looser regulations. Less scrutiny on investment quality, fewer protections against high-fee product, more limited vendor oversight. Your 403b offers traditional pre-tax deferrals or Roth after-tax contributions. Traditional means you avoid taxes now but pay ordinary income rates on every dollar you withdraw. And Roth means you pay taxes now but withdraw everything tax-free. Now, this choice alone could impact hundreds of thousands of dollars of your lifetime's wealth. So you're choosing from what financial company offer your employer through direct marketing, not from what independent analysis determined would serve you best. Let me show you what this means with real numbers used as an example. Let's start with you having $200,000 in your 403b today. And under the assumption that there's a 7% annual growth over the next 30 years. So if you decide to choose a low cost option at 0.5% annual fee, you will retire with $1,325,000 at the end of year 30. And if you choose the high cost variable annuity at 2.5% annual fee, you retire with $800,000. Now you see, you get the same market returns, same starting point, but if you're picking different products, that choice alone during your first week of employment could cost you about $525,000. When it comes to variable annuities, what you're really paying for is the insurance features, administrative fees, mortality charges, distribution costs, commissions, and profit margins. You're not just paying for investment management, you're basically funding an entire business structure built around your employment sector. A 1.5% fee difference could mean working 3 extra years before you can afford to retire. Now, you can check your statement for the total annual operating expenses. This number determines whether you retire at 62 or 65. Let's make this real. That $525,000 you lose to poor investment selection, that's enough for a down payment on a $2 million home. You can buy over 200 puppies with it. That's about 50 luxury vacations to Europe. That's retiring 5 years earlier instead of working until you're 70. Most teacher and healthcare workers assume their HR department negotiated the best possible deals and never look at the quarterly statements to see the actual expense ratio. That assumption costs real money, money that determines your retirement timeline. All right, so I got a little side quest you can do after this video. Your mission is to find your expense ratio. You can either log in to your 403b account or you can grab your quarterly statements and check those expense ratios on your fund. Look for numbers like 0.5% versus 2.5%. And remember, those tiny percentages add up to huge dollars amount over 30 years. This could be the most valuable homework you've ever done because that choice might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Drop a comment below and let me know what you found. Now let's keep going. So regardless with whichever investment options you choose, you're still exposed to full market risk with no downside protection. Now, if you're 64 with $600,000 and you're planning to retire next year, the market could drop 25%. You now have $450,000. So the question here is, do you wait 5 years for recovery or would you want to just retire with $150,000 less than planned? The expensive annuity and cheap mutual fund both leave you with this exact problem. Let's say you're a 45-year-old teacher and your business partner calls you with an incredible opportunity. You can buy out a competitor, but you also need $75,000 in cash within 30 days. Now you've got $200,000 sitting in your 403b, so you think, perfect, I'll just pull some out. And here's a reality check. First, many 403b plans don't even offer loans, a feature that's standard in most corporate 401k. So borrowing against your own money, not happening. Your only options is a hardship withdrawal, and you better have the right kind of emergency. Business opportunity, it doesn't qualify. And you need to prove immediate and heavy financial need. Think medical bills, preventing foreclosure, or funeral expenses. But let's say you somehow qualify. Now comes the expensive part. You're in a 30% tax bracket, so that $75,000 withdrawal hits you with a 22 $500 in income taxes, plus a 10% early withdrawal penalty, another $7,500. Suddenly, you're paying $30,000 to access your own money. Now, the bottom line here is to actually get $75,000 in your hand, you'd need to withdraw about $125,000 from your account. That business opportunity just got a lot more expensive. Fast forward to age 73, and the government takes back control. You've got $800,000 in your traditional 403b. The IRS forces you to withdraw $30,000 that first year and pay income taxes on it, whether you need the money or not. The formula is simple. Your account balance divided by your life expectancy factor. At 73, they'll assume you have 26.5 years left to live, so you must withdraw about 3.8% of your balance annually. And that percentage only goes up. By age 90, you're required to withdraw nearly 9% of your balance annually. So the government won't let you touch your money when you might actually need it, and then forces you to take it out and pay taxes when they decide you should. So let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The government control when you can't access your money and when you must access your money. Now, let me be clear about what your 403b does well. It absolutely provides tax-deferred savings. That's real value. And it does exactly what it was designed to do in 1958, generating profits for financial firms while serving tax-exempt organizations. From that perspective, it's working perfectly. But here's the problem. A system designed to solve 1958's employer benefits crisis might not be optimized for your 2025 retirement goals. And that creates gaps that could cost you years of financial freedom. Now, let's look at the 5 built-in limitations that most teachers and healthcare workers never discovered until it's too late. You got the limited oversight means fewer protections than corporate employees get. Vendor locked in means you're stuck with whoever pitching your HR department. Tax rate gambling means your betting future rates will be lower than today's rates. Early access penalties will limit your career flexibility. And market exposure means no protection when you retire during downturns. So I want you to think about this question for a moment. Is your 403b actually your best option? Or do you just think it's your only option? Most teachers and healthcare workers I talk to have never considered this question. They assume that because their employer offers a 403bs, that's where their retirement money should go. They assume that because it's a retirement plan, it's been optimized for their retirement success. But now you know the real story. Your 403b was designed in 1958 to solve an employer benefits crisis. You know it generates profits for financial companies while giving you limited investment choices and sometimes higher fees than what's available elsewhere. And you know that $525,000 difference between your low-cost and high-cost options within your 403b. This could mean retiring 5 years earlier or working until you're 70. Well, the question isn't whether your 403b is bad. It serves a purpose. The question is whether you're building your retirement strategy around what's convenient for your employer or around what's optimal for your financial future. Maybe your 403b is exactly right for your situation, but maybe it's just one piece of a much better strategy you haven't discovered yet. Teachers and healthcare workers who discover these limitations after 25 years of contribution face a choice: completely restructuring their retirement strategies or work significantly longer than planned. Now, you watch this video and understand how your money actually works inside your 403b. That awareness puts you ahead of most educators and healthcare workers who never look beyond their quarterly statements. If you want a strategy that addresses these design gaps and eliminate risk, fees, and taxes in the way that you park and save your money, click the link below and fill out a questionnaire and schedule a 15-minute strategy session with me to determine if what I specialize in could even apply to your situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.